Frack on. Welcome everyone to another episode of Frack the Canon by the coolest motherfuckers around. I'm joined by Tyler Weiss. How you doing, good sir?
Doing well. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
How you doing, CJ?
I'm awesome, mate. I'm awesome.
Always. That's why you're my friend. Anyways, we're going to react to the big game trailer for Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I don't know how to say it in French. Trois? Not two. I don't know.
No, something.
Anyway, right. I'm ready to play.
It's true.
In 3, 2, 1, play.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm Star-Lord. I formed the Guardians. Met a girl, fell in love. That girl died, but then she came back. Came back a total dick.
Oh, please. He left out some important information, but that is the gist of it.
I get the same old dreams, same time every night. Fall to the ground and I wake up.
My sacred mission
Is to create the perfect society.
He didn't want to make things perfect. He just hated things the way they are.
I want you all to know that I'm grateful to fight beside my friends.
Incinerate them.
We were always searching for a family until we found each other.
Are you ready for one last ride?
We'll all fly away together.
Into the forever and beautiful sky.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not bring me into this.
Knock it off!
What?
Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
That's pretty funny. I'll start with you, CJ, because I know you're the bigger Guardian of the Galaxy fan than I am. At least I don't know what side where you stand, but I know where you stand.
I enjoyed that trailer thoroughly, actually. But there are a few I always love. I know I said this a couple times in videos, but I always love seeing those OG inspired Guardians outfits that they're rocking. But I like looks like a little callback to the OG movie because they're all in the prison jumpsuits. And I kind of wonder what that's going to be all about. I enjoy I'm glad we got to see a bit of Gamora in this trailer to see kind of what her sort of new dynamic is with the team. It just looks fun. It looks like I always remember, like I was basically tearing up in the first 5 minutes of like the first Guardians movie. You know what I mean? Like, and I just like with this being like sort of like the final one, it's like I'm kind of prepping myself / dreading. You know what I mean? It's like, oh man, this is gonna be a jerker in like some way. You know what I mean? You see him screaming at like what seems to be somebody dying or dead on the table. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh man. But I don't know. It looks cool.
Tyler?
Yeah, everything CJ just said. Among the IPs of Marvel, I think Guardians, at least cinematically, is the most solid, least tinkered with. It's sort of like a blessing in disguise that James Gunn went through what he went through with Marvel, because like Guardians 2 was out when the whole James Gunn thing was going on, or on its way out, and like when that came out, like Endgame was already wrapping up, and I feel like Infinity Saga, when it ended, things haven't quite been what they were, and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 looks like the best thing Marvel's put out in a long time, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing it.
Right on. I have never been a fan. Like, these movies, I see them once and I'm done with them. Like most of James Gunn's movies, I don't need to see them again after I see them once. Like even Super or what's the other one he did? Or Scooby Doo. I'm just like, I don't need to see these movies again. I'm done.
Forgot he had
I'm good.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I forgot he did that too.
It's early work.
I think Scooby Doo is underrated. First of all, like the movie, but
I was never a fan. Okay, I was never a fan of Scooby Doo, and we're going off topic again because of me. Back to Guardians of the Galaxy. It looks like a sad. It looks like it's gonna be like the third act. Like this is like the big.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm gonna be crying a lot. Like I cried in the first one. I'm like, how dare you make me cry? Stupid tree. But I just like this one looks like it's gonna be a big heartbreak at the end. Like it seems like it's gonna be a lot of Rocket Raccoon and Chris.
The
Star-Lord.
To say something to what Tyler said earlier, about how it's like kind of been the least tinkered with franchise, like it's also like what I didn't really think about until just now, like it'll be the first trilogy in Marvel, correct me if I'm wrong, that's done by the same director. You know what I mean? And it'll be like,
yeah,
so
I didn't even think about that either.
yeah, like so it's like they like this will be a unified vision kind of a thing. It'll like it could be like the trilogy done right within the MCU, you know what I mean? Which could be cool.
Final comments, final thoughts.
I agree with CJ. I'm happy that we see Gamora in this. In fact, I was surprised they showed her because that was like the hook of the first trailer. Like, where is she? Where is she? But gosh, I'm. They just threw a lot more visuals and less story, so I'm not now super intrigued to see how they're going to do. Gosh, I forget the character's name, but the world creator guy.
Yeah, now I can't think of it. The High Evolutionary.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'm really intrigued, and this is probably my most excited I've been for a Marvel project since probably the last phase.
One thing I forgot I want to add is that scene.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not bring me into this.
Knock it off!
What?
Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
I love Karen Gillan. I have a crush on Karen Gillan since Doctor Who. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of cute. This is that made me laugh. Reminded me a little bit of me.
Yeah, I like slowly fell in love with her interpretation of this character of Nebula over the course of the MCU, like as each time like we've seen her, like in the way she portrays her, like I've like slowly endeared myself to that character.
Anything else? Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for nerding out with me. We'll see you same fracking time, same fracking channel. Frack off.